Here we go. First fish of the session, just off the top on a floater. Oh yeah, I'll do. About 11, 12 pound. Happy days. Shay, you want to come and do some photos? Let's get this one back.
On the deck a minute.
Yeah. Let's get this one back. Oh, he didn't want to play ball. Right, so same as the last vlog, just setting up. My rods are there ready to go out, they're not actually out, and I've seen a few fish showing on the top, so I thought, sod it, I'll whack the floaters out. Although there is a lot of geese and there's a lot of ducks in here, but I thought, you know what, I'll risk it for a biscuit. So yeah, literally seen the fish sort of coming through the swim, plonked a few pellets out, seen a few cagey sort of takes of the bait, and I thought, you know what, let's do it. So cast me rod past the bait, drew it back slowly, and literally just as the hook bait had settled between the other floaters, up come this lovely little ghostie. And yeah, as you've just seen in that little video, that's one in the onion bag, as they say. So yeah, absolutely buzzing to be off the mark. Not too concerned about putting the rods out till later. Got base camp set up, so yeah, not sure if you've seen that in my vlogs before, because a lot of the places I fish I tend to get the huts, especially through the winter. But that's the old Nash Titan. Oh, unbelievable bit of kit, best money I've spent on any item of tackle, bar me bank bug rod rests. So yeah, we're just going to carry on persevering through the day, see if we can get a few more out off the top. Sorry it's a bit rushed again. Normally I like to get everything settled, get in the swim, get me rods out, then do an introduction. But here's the introduction. So we're on Wadmill Lake, Sherry's over behind me setting up. We're in the top half of the lake. Got the first island there as you come to, and then yeah, so I've got tip of the second island, and then I've got open water, and then Sherry's got all sort of all the island over there. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. I sort of know where I'm going to put my rods. Normally I like to fish one down each margin, because the margins do really well here. So yeah, we fish one on each side of the margin, and then I'm a bit undecided whether I fish open water out in front of me or whether we just fish off the tip of the island. But either way, what I'll probably do is during the day I'll probably get the bushwhacker out, put a bit of bait out sort of on each spots, and then just drop the rigs in later on this evening. So yeah, like I say, the surface fishing side of it, the floater, is probably my favourite sort of form of fishing. I don't often vlog it very much because I just sort of like to stay mobile, but because I'm sort of obviously set up in this swim and floater fishing, I'll probably do a little bit of filming. Just simple setup. I got a little 10-foot Nash dwarf rod, and I just got the Nash controller float, and then sort of like a 4-foot hook link, floating hook link with a little Nash floater claw. And then what I do, I don't like to sort of side hook baits, but what I use is like a pop-up to mimic the sort of colour of the floaters, and then I cut a little notch out of that and I super glue it to the back of the hook. So I'll show you a little picture now of it trimmed down and that, and then do a little bit of footage. I think hopefully if we can get a take for the vlog, that'll be ideal, but if not, then hopefully see some more fish in the basket anyway. So till then guys, see you soon. So there we go guys, that's what I do. I just literally trim down a pop-up, cut a little notch out of it, super glue that to the hook, and then that will sit on the surface with the hook just underneath, and then I trim the sort of pop-up down to mimic. Let me grab one a minute, I should have grabbed one before. Yeah, there you go. So trim the pop-up down, let me just touch that a minute. Yeah, to mimic one of my floaters. So yeah, seems to work. But yeah, having a bit of fun on the floater rotor. that one. That's the one problem with fishing on the surface is, I'm not sure if you can see, the bird life. That's why you keep seeing me reeling in and out, because the ducks, the coots, the grebes, the moorhens, the geese, yeah, they like floaters. I'm going to knock the camera off now, because otherwise I'm going to chew through the battery of you guys just watching me casting in and out. So yeah, if we get anything else off the top, then you'll see it in the vlog. If not, then I'll probably do a bit of filming in a bit when we get the rods out on the deck for the night. Till then, guys, see you soon. Juicy pineapple, 12mm pop-up. So we're going for the same mix as the last time. Scopex red liver boilie, banoffee boilie, chopped halves. So I put a little scoop of that in there. As you do. Right, let me just get the rod sorted. Pause it. So the next rig going out is a left hand margin one on a slip D, and we got that tipped off with a bit of fake corn and a banoffee bottom bait. So we're going to put this down the left hand margin with the baiting pole, little scoop of the boilie and the crumb, and then we'll sit on that one. Right, and the third rod down the right hand margin is going out on an IQD2 rig. These I make myself. A bit tricky to tie, but I do really like these. I haven't used them in a while, but yeah, I'm going to give it a go. And we got a 14mm wafter on here. This is actually another brand of hook baits, which I've had for about 4 years now, and I've actually sort of pimped these out a bit myself with different flavourings and that, but there will be match the hatch wafters in the dissolvable range. At the moment there are no wafters available, so hence why I'm using my sort of own wafter, because I do like to fish with wafters. So yeah, this is going to go out down the right hand margin with the baiting pole as per usual now, and we'll see how this one gets on. But yeah, really aggressive rig this one. Like, it literally, with the weight of that wafter, it does, you know, it's such an awkward rig, the IQD rig, but it just, yeah, it just seems to catch hold. It's I think the fish find it awkward to deal with, so yeah, we'll see how we get on with it anyway. All right, see you in a bit. Just been sat here this afternoon, just chilling out on the bed chair watching the water, and there's this beautiful little bird over in these bushes just singing his heart away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to see if I can set the camera up over there. You won't be able to see him. Let's see if the microphone can pick up this little bird. I think Sherry said it's something like a warbler or something like that. Reed warbler. I'll set it up over here and I'll just leave it running for a bit. Just put all 3 rods out for the night. I've done all 3 rods on hinge stiff rigs, same spots, different colour pop-ups. We got a Scopex red liver, we've got a juicy pineapple, and we've got the crabberry one. So yeah, see how we get on. Sherry's just putting his out, so I think we'll go over and say hello to Sherry, because we haven't seen him on the vlog yet. And yeah, fingers tight. I've seen guys just down here on the other side of the lake. They've had one, so yeah, fish are feeding even in this heat. But I'm not sure if I said earlier, sort of early evening, sort of nighttime bites do really well on this lake. So fingers crossed we'll have a few out. I didn't bother filming shipping them out and all that, because you've seen, you know, where I'm fishing them. I haven't changed. I want to try and keep this vlog sort of like sweet, to the point, simple. Just met a couple of guys who are fishing further down there. They recognised me and said hello. They're from sort of Christchurch and Shaftesbury area. So yeah, nice to speak to you guys, whoever you are. I'm sure I might catch you later in the vlog, because I did say if you get anything, give us a shout and we'll put it on film. So where am I to now? We are, yeah, oh, I'll put a little picture up now. So these are the 3 rigs that I've put out with the hook baits, as you can see. Different colours, exactly the same rigs. These rigs have done me really well recently, to be honest. I sort of float between using these and the Ronnie rigs. But I've put all 3 out because I know they do give really good hook holds straight in the bottom lip, nails them every time. So yeah, we'll see how we get on. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. Oh, look at that share. Lovely. Was she 17, 12?
17, 12, yeah.
17, 12. Lovely. And that was that margin, sorry, the island rod.
Rod length
to the,
off the island.
rod length off the island to the left. Spot a bit of bait out over the top. Fabulous, mate.
Good morning. Didn't do a lot of filming yesterday evening because there was nothing to report. In actual fact, Sherry had 2 runs during the night. He landed one. He said it was about a mid-double. Not a sniff for me. Keep sort of getting knocks on the right hand rod. But yeah, not too sure if it's fish or just, you know, well, not fish, but you know, whether it's carp or some of the smaller fish in here. Have seen the odd pike sort of swimming through in front of the swim, so you know, whether they're sort of knocking the line at all, I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'm just going to leave the rods in till at least midday, sort of go through that morning bite time. I'm not going to bother you know, refreshing them for a couple of hours. I'm going to put the kettle on now, have a cup of tea, and then if you see me in the meantime, hopefully it'll be with a fish on the bank.
Well, this isn't making for a very interesting vlog, is it? Anyway, so yeah, no fish other than the first one I caught yesterday. That was off the top. I have tried fishing off the top again today, but the bird life is just manic, so yeah, not doing that. So I have now whacked out 2 zigs. I've kept this margin one down this side, just down there. I've left that in there because I'm getting a few knocks on that, and I can see the reeds sort of, you know, moving. So there's definitely fish, you know, moving through those reeds. So we're going to leave that there. But 2 open water ones. I've now put a 5 foot and a 6 foot zig on. The 5 foot one's just down this little channel between the island and the bank, and the 6 foot one is out in open water. What I did is I made those zigs longer, so I made them at about 7 foot, and they were both over depth. And then what I do, I just trim a little bit off each time, and then, you know, just so it's literally a couple of inches, a foot underwater. Don't want them over depth because you've got risk of the ducks picking them up then across the top. So yeah, they're literally a couple of inches to a foot below the surface. And I've sort of going to keep recasting them sort of every sort of hour, just to sort of different locations. But I have seen the fish sort of swimming through anyway, so yeah, we'll keep you guys peeled. Sorry, I'll keep my eyes peeled and keep you guys up to date. So hopefully we can get some more fish. I'll just swing the camera around them. So yeah, lovely day. Sun is beaming. There's the pests there. If it's not ducks, it's grebes, it's coots, it's geese. Bloody hell, there's a couple more over on the island there. So yeah, I've got one sort of about here. That's the 5 foot, and then the 6 foot I've got straight out in the mid-water there. Not sure what Sherry's doing. I don't know if he's putting any zigs out or not. But yeah, we'll see how we get on, and see you guys soon. Right guys, I just thought I'd run through with you what it is I do with my bait to take to the lake. So I'll show you inside my little bait bucket. So as you can see in here, we've got various bags, and I'll show you what's in each bag. So I'm currently using the red liver Scopex boilies, which are a nice sort of dark colour. My favourite, which is the banoffee, which is a nice light colour. As you can see all the bits that go into these boilies. You know, the seeds, the eggshell, all the various other ingredients. You know, you've got different flecks of colour there, which to me is a sign of a good quality bait. So that's your standard out the bag boilies. Let's put them to one side a minute. And then what I like to do is half the boilies. So I run through these with the quarter cutter, and as you can see inside of the boilies there, you know, all the various different flecks of black, yellow, cream, everything that goes into the boilie you can see by cutting it in half. So I do that with both boilies. I do that with the banoffee as well. There you go. And then I also like to run them through the food processor at home. So basically crumb, and as you can see in there, there's big bits of crumb, there's fine powder, there's all sorts, all different sort of shapes and sizes. So this is ideal to put out, and that keeps the carp grubbing around, so they're not just picking up whole boilies. They got halves, they got chops, they got the powder, and the smell. I mean, as soon as you open these boilies up, you know, once you break them, you know, the flavour profile really does come through, and that banoffee is awesome. And as you can see there, that's a red liver Scopex, so there's some real chunky bits in there. And then, as you would have seen earlier in this video and my previous videos, what I like to do, I like to put all of these ingredients into a bucket, mix them all together, chuck some liquid, mainly sort of hemp oil, over the top, let that soak in for a bit, and then we just put a scoop of that in the bushwhacker, ship it out with a rig in there, and then we're fishing. Oh, and also, I forgot to say as well, so if you haven't been on the Dissolvables website, head on over, and they do, although these aren't in the Dissolvables bag, because I actually used the bag for the chops, so they do these pre-tied PVA bags of pellets, and I believe you get 25 of these pre-tied in a pack, and you get a little bait smoke as well. I didn't actually got the bait smoke because Jed nabbed that, but these PVA bags here, these are the Juicy Plum, and yeah, they really have got a lovely smell to them. So for those sort of people that, you know, find things like this fiddly, don't have time to do it, you know, everybody's different, everybody's got their needs. Like I say, you can get these over on the Dissolvables website, and I think they're about between £12 and £14, I believe, for 25 pre-tied ones and the bait smoke. So you think, when you put that into perspective, if you were to go and buy like a cord of goo, you know, equivalent smoke, they're sort of like £14 alone. So in actual fact, you know, if you want to look at it another way, you're buying the bait smoke for £14, and you know, you're getting all the PVA bags for free. So yeah, definitely worth checking them out, guys. So yeah, that's pretty much it really. I'll run through a couple of the hook baits I'm currently using as well. Right, so here we have my small selection of dissolvable hook baits. So we've got the Juicy Pineapple, the Juicy Plum, Scopex Red Liver, Monster Cranberry, and the Banoffee. My personal favourites are these, the Juicy Pineapple. So all my pop-ups are 12mm. That's all I use. So yeah, you can see that colour there. That is such a vivid yellow. It's almost like a fluoro yellow. That, along with that smell from those boilies, is incredible. Juicy Plum, another one of my favourites, which I had a fish out on my last vlog over at Follyfoot. So yeah, purple, something completely different. And the smell from them, as with all of these pop-ups, is like, oh, they smell, I can only put it into describing it as like your plum sauce you get with your Chinese. The Banoffee and Scopex Red Liver are very similar in colour, although I would say that the Banoffee ones are a slightly brighter white, whereas the Scopex Red Liver is more of a dull white, very, very light cream sort of colour. But they, along with those boilies, are good. And then something else, something a bit different, is the Monster Cranberry. So yeah, that's got a crab and cranberry sort of flavour profile to that. So yeah, like I say, the colour of them is something a bit different. It's almost like a light red. So yeah, these are currently the hook baits I've got at the moment. If you head on over to the website, you'll find all of these available, and I believe in the future, not too distant future, they are releasing wafters, you know, match the hatch wafters, all sorts, pellets, particle. So yeah, they really are going from strength to strength, this company. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled, and I'm sure anything in the future vlog future vlog, sorry, you'll see. But just another one here. So these are the juicy pineapples, same as I got there. But these, when I was fishing with Jed at Paviots, I actually pinched a bit of the glug, the liquid, the smoke, and I'm not too sure if you'll be able to see. The camera will pick it up, but these are a lot more vivid, and they do kick out that sort of halo once they're in the lake, that sort of smoke that you get around the hook bait. And there is a couple of 14s in there as well, or 15s I think, but yeah, predominantly I've been using the 12mm. I had a lot of fish out on these recently, so if you are looking at purchasing anything from the website, these are a must, and also the Banoffee and Scopex boilies as well. So there you have it, guys. It's just a little run through of my sort of like bait and what I like to use. Right guys, so you join me back at home now, and I've literally just got back. That was such a hot session. Yeah, too hot for me. Yeah, I know we always like to fish in nice weather, but there's nice weather and there's like in your bivvy with all the vents open, and it's still being too hot. Just the one fish for me. Sherry had a couple, but unfortunately, as you just seen in this vlog, it was cut very short because old Dopey here forgot to pack his charging pack. So me phone, which is this one, which I do all my filming on, actually went flat. So and it's too much hassle to try and film on my actual phone and then transfer it over to this phone and do all the editing, because this spare phone I use for all my filming, and I do all the editing on this. So yeah, it's cut a bit short. To be honest, there was, like I said, there was no more fish for me anyway on the last day. Sherry had a few out in total. I can't remember actually off the top of my head. But yeah, Sherry done all right. It just seemed that there was certain, you know, shoals of fish just sort of in certain areas. It was very sporadic. Speaking to the bailiff who was driving around right at the end just before I come on, some guys were blanking. There were some guys, you know, peg or two down from them having like 10 fish out. So unfortunately, yeah, just the one fish. To be honest, I'll take that. I knew it was going to be a hot one, and to be honest, I did think that they would have been spawning, but fortunately enough, they actually weren't while we were there. But no doubt they are over the next couple of days or week. So yeah, thanks for watching. My next vlog session will be in 2 weeks' time, and that is acorn fishery just up near Clevedon. Fishing out with Big Darren, so look forward to that one. And yeah, thanks again, guys, for everyone that subscribes, everyone that watches me videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.